Have you ever marveled at the intricate design hidden within the pages of ancient texts? Consider the Qur'an, a book revered by millions, not just for its spiritual guidance, but also for its complex textual patterns that continue to intrigue scholars and believers alike. The Qur'an is adorned with a variety of textual intricacies, such as symmetrical word counts, patterns in the frequency of certain phrases, and mathematical structures in the arrangement of chapters and verses. For instance, the phrase Al-Rahman, the Merciful, appears 57 times, mirroring the deeply embedded symmetrical nature of the text. These patterns are not merely artistic, they are believed to carry deeper spiritual meanings, emphasizing the divine origin of the text and serving as a source of reflection and meditation for those who study it. Take, for example, the letter ta. This 16th letter in the Arabic alphabet not only holds a statistical significance, but also profound symbolic meanings in Islamic tradition. The letter ta represents the concept of purity and cleansing, which is vital in the context of Islamic rituals and teachings. In terms of its occurrences in the Quran, the letter ta appears most frequently in verses that discuss themes of morality and purity. One notable instance is in Surat Al-Ma'idah and Surat An-Nur, where the letter appears up to 4 times in a single verse. This frequency is not arbitrary, but correlates with the number 4, which symbolizes an order within Islamic cosmology. Specifically, there are 4 verses where the letter ta appears exactly 4 times. These verses are strategically placed in Surat Al-Ma'idah and Surat An-Nur. Delving deeper, Surat An-Nur, verse 26, is particularly remarkable. It not only contains the letter 4 times, but also consists of 16 words, while the entire Surat An-Nur comprises 64 verses. This pattern of multiples of 4, 16, 64, points to a deliberate architectural design within the scripture, highlighting the intricacies of divine revelation. Moreover, the placement of the letter ta in these verses is intricately arranged. In Surah An-Nur, verse 26, for example, the 4 instances of the letter are sandwiched between 4 initial words and 8 subsequent words, creating a symmetrical pattern of 4 plus 4 plus 8. This meticulous placement reinforces the themes of balance and harmony, which resonate deeply with the spiritual teachings of Islam. Additionally, even the dots above the letters are counted, further adding layers to the structural and symbolic complexity of the text. In verse 24, 26 of Surat An-Nur, another layer of complexity is found. The sum of the alphabetical positions of 4 other letters that also appear 4 times each in this verse matches the number of times the letter ta appears in the entire Surat An-Nur, 24. Such numerical consistencies are thought-provoking. Moreover, this pattern of numerical symmetry extends beyond single verses. For instance, the total number of chapters in the Quran is 114, a multiple of 19, a number that recurs throughout the text and is the of an intricate mathematical structure known as the Code 19, believed by some to be a proof of the divine origin of the Quran. These statistical observations suggest that the placement and frequency of certain letters and the structure of the text itself in the Quran are far from arbitrary. They hint at an intricate design pointing to the profound thought and possibly divine intervention involved in the composition of the Quran. This level of complexity, particularly in a text revealed in the 7th century, underscores the belief in its miraculous nature and the idea that its origin is beyond mere human capabilities, further supported by the presence of various mathematical patterns that align with the concept of a divine blueprint. The patterns discernible in the Quran, particularly when examining the symmetrical and numerical design through the lens of the letter Tut, illustrate a profound level of intentionality in its composition. This meticulous organization extends to the positioning of every letter and word, underpinning the text's complex structure. Each verse and surah is crafted with precision, reflecting a mathematical harmony that aligns with the spiritual messages conveyed. These intricate patterns not only enhance the aesthetic and literary value of the Quran, but also underscore its sacred and deliberate construction, deepening the reverence and fascination it commands among scholars and devotees alike. When discussing the inimitability and miraculous nature of the Quran, some may struggle to perceive its significance through words alone. However, When presented with numbers and figures, which are free from subjective feelings and emotions, the divine precision becomes undeniable. Consider the Arabic word hadith, meaning statement or talk. Intriguingly, this word appears exactly 23 times in the Qur'an, mirroring the 23 years over which the Qur'an was revealed. Such alignment is more mere coincidence. It reflects a meticulous design. Further emphasizing this point, verse 23 of Surat Az-Zumar describes the Qur'an as the fairest of statements, a consistent scripture woven with reminders of Allah's wisdom. This verse not only highlights the beauty and consistency of the Qur'an, but also underpins its divine origin through the precise use of language and numbers. Moreover, the number of chapters in the Qur'an, 114, is itself divisible by 19, a significant in Islamic numerology known as the Code of the Qur'an. This code manifests itself throughout the text, such as in the Basmala, the phrase, "In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful," which consists of 19 Arabic letters and precedes all but one of the Quranic chapters. Another fascinating example can be seen in the word day, yum, which appears 365 times, corresponding with the number of days in a solar year. Similarly, the word for month, shahar, occurs exactly 12 times, aligning with the months in a year. These numerical patterns reveal a profound consistency and divine precision that underscore the Qur'an's inimitability, affirming it as the true word of Allah. This structured approach in the Qur'an's composition demonstrates an intricate layer of design that challenges believers and skeptics alike to ponder its divine origin. In the Qur'an, Surat Al-An'am, verse 145, Allah explicitly states the prohibition of pork, among other things, declaring, "Say, I do not find within that which was revealed to me anything forbidden to be eaten by one who wishes to eat it, unless it be a dead animal or blood spilled out or the flesh of swine, for indeed it is impure." This directive is deeply rooted in spiritual purity and reflects a profound regard for the physical well-being of believers. Scientifically, pork harbors harmful pathogens like trichinella, which causes trichinosis, and Taenia solium, which can lead to tapeworms. Additionally, pork is high in cholesterol and saturated fats, contributing to heart disease, diabetes, and other health complications. These findings underscore the timeless wisdom of the Quranic guidance, which intricately links spiritual health with physical wellness, suggesting a divine anticipation of modern health sciences. The prohibition of pork in the Qur'an is not merely a dietary restriction, but a command intended to cultivate self-discipline, cleanliness, and holiness among followers, aligning with the broader Quranic themes of obedience to divine will and the pursuit of purity in all aspects of life. This divine ordinance promotes not only physical health, but also spiritual sanctity, reflecting the comprehensive and benevolent nature of divine guidance. By abstaining from impure foods, believers are reminded of the importance of purity and the avoidance of harmful substances, which is a recurring theme throughout the Qur'an, aimed at protecting and preserving the holistic well-being of the human community. Moreover, the emphasis on cleanliness and health is echoed in various other verses, linking dietary laws with moral and ethical conduct. The Quranic prohibitions thus serve as a constant reminder of the Creator's care for the spiritual and physical health of the faithful, ultimately guiding them towards a path of righteousness. This interconnection between dietary rules and broader spiritual principles illustrates the Qur'an's role as a complete guide for personal development and communal harmony. By adhering to these divine commands, believers demonstrate their faith and commitment to a God-conscious life, fostering a spiritually enriched community that upholds the values of purity and wellness in all dimensions. In the Qur'an, the story of Prophet Yusuf, or Joseph, emerges not merely as a compelling tale of perseverance and faith, but as a profound exposition of numerical and symbolic patterns that reflect the scripture's divine architecture. Today, let us explore the deeper numerical layers embedded within the narrative of Yusuf, revealing yet another facet of the Qur'an's miraculous nature. Firstly, consider the pivotal moment in Surah Yusuf when Yusuf reveals his identity, exclaiming, "I am Yusuf." This verse is meticulously structured with 84 Arabic letters, a figure that is far from random. It mirrors the intricate design and symmetry that is a hallmark of the Quranic text, illustrating that every letter and word is placed with precise intent. Delving further, the name Yusuf itself appears 27 times across the Quran. This frequency is profoundly symbolic, as it precisely matches the total order sum of the Arabic letters in the phrase Ana Yusuf, meaning I am Yusuf. This perfect correspondence underscores a sophisticated, underlying structure inherent in the text. Additionally, the letters used in Ana Yusuf collectively appear 114 times in the Arabic alphabet, intriguingly equating to the total number of surahs in the Quran, thereby reinforcing the text's divine orchestration. Each appearance and repetition of these elements weaves a thread in the larger cosmic tapestry, intricately crafted by divine wisdom. Furthermore, the numerical value of the letters in Yusuf's name adds up to 156, which is the number of verses in Surah Yusuf. This alignment between the name, the number of appearances, and the surah length further accentuates the divine precision in the composition of the Quran. These numerical consistencies are not mere mathematical curiosities, but serve to illuminate divine framework and the miraculous nature of the Quran. Through the story of Prophet Yusuf, we gain a compelling example of how the Quran interlinks its narratives with numerical symmetry, enhancing our understanding of its divine origin and the meticulous care in its composition. Each detail, from the frequency of names to the structure of verses, forms a deliberate part of a larger divine puzzle, inviting believers to ponder the profound depth of this holy text. Delving deeper into the numerical and textual connections between Surat al-Fatiha and the story of Prophet Yusuf, we find that such correlations underscore the Quran's sophisticated, unified structure. Each letter in the phrase Yusuf, or I am Yusuf, not only appears 84 times in Surat al-Fatiha, but also resonates with the story of Yusuf's reunion with his family, which symbolizes restoration and completion, themes central to the surah's message of guidance and mercy. Furthermore, when we examine the narrative structure of Surat al-Fatiha in relation to the entire story of Yusuf, the surah's 7 verses beautifully parallel the 7 main phases of Yusuf's life, from his dreams to his trials, his rise in Egypt, his eventual reunion, and forgiveness. This is not merely coincidental, but reflects the intricate weaving of narratives across the Quran to teach and reinforce moral and spiritual lessons. Additionally, the sum of the order numbers of the letters in Ana Yusuf, totaling 114, which mirrors the total number of surahs in the Quran, is further emblematic of the divine completeness and the encompassing knowledge within the Quran. It exemplifies how the Quran's structure is meticulously designed to interconnect stories and teachings, enhancing the kinds and intellectual engagement of its readers. These textual and numerical intricacies not only highlight the miraculous nature of the Quran, but also invite deeper reflection on its messages, promoting a holistic understanding of its guidance and wisdom. Through these layers of connections, Surat al-Fatiha serves not only as an opening chapter, but also as a gateway to exploring the profound unity and the meticulously crafted narrative found throughout the Quran. In the meticulously woven fabric of the Quran, the placement of the name Yusuf within Surat al-An'am and Surat Ghafir is not a mere act of narrative structuring, but a profound demonstration of the scripture's thematic and numerical harmony. Yusuf, emblematic of unwavering faith and resilience, appears at pivotal moments in these surahs, framing his story as a testament to the virtues of patience and divine guidance. His narrative begins and concludes within sections, marking a full circle that enhances the thematic integrity of the Quran. Diving deeper into the numerical aspects, the position of Yusuf's name in the 6th chapter, Surat al-An'am, and the 40th chapter, Surat Ghafir, also has significant implications. The numerical gap between these chapters is 34, a number that intriguingly recurs within the Quranic text, suggesting a deliberate pattern woven into its structure. This recurrence is further highlighted by the number of times the name Allah appears in these times in Surat al-An'am and 53 times in Surat Ghafir, with the difference again being 34. Such numerical alignments are too precise to be coincidental, pointing to a design that underscores the scripture's divine origin. Moreover, Yusuf's strategic placement within these surahs does more than narrate his life. It encapsulates broader themes of trial, redemption, and divine oversight. These are not only central to Yusuf's story, but are also reflective of the larger messages of the Qur'an. By positioning Yusuf's name in such a manner, the text creates thematic echoes that resonate through both surahs, enriching the reader's understanding and engagement with the text. These patterns, both textual and numerical, serve a dual purpose. They highlight the Qur'an's intricate structure and thematic depth, demonstrating its divine composition. Furthermore, they invite believers and scholars to delve deeper into its layers, uncovering the rich tapestry of meaning and wisdom that lies within. This intentional placement of Yusuf's name thus acts as a key to unlocking the broader narrative and theological themes of the Qur'an, reaffirming its status as a miraculous and cohesive revelation. Through such detailed and thoughtful structuring, the Qur'an not only narrates stories, but also conveys its profound messages in a mathematically and thematically harmonious manner. In the divine architecture of the Qur'an, numbers often transcend simple values, weaving deep connections between themes and narratives. Take, for instance, the number 34 and the repetition of the phrase, Ana Yusuf, I am Joseph, across various surahs. This phrase not only identifies the speaker, Yusuf, but also encapsulates his journey of identity and recognition, echoing through the Qur'an with profound thematic and numerical unity. Firstly, let's delve into the verses numbered 34 in surahs such as Yunus, Al-Furqan, and Sa'd. These verses intriguingly relate to trials and divine judgments, themes central to Yusuf's story. In each of these surahs, the trials faced by prophets and their communities, and the judgments they receive, mirror Yusuf's own experiences of hardship and eventual vindication. This parallel draws a line connecting personal trials to divine justice, a key theme across the Quranic narrative. Additionally, the number 19 has significant relevance in the Quranic text, symbolizing God's omnipotence and the perfection of His creation. This is notably manifest in the mathematical structure of the Qur'an, where the number 19 serves as a common divisor in the arrangement of chapters verses, which scholars argue is a sign of divine design. For example, the Basmala, the phrase, "In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful," consists of 19 Arabic letters, recurring throughout the Qur'an and reinforcing the theme of God's mercy and grace. Furthermore, the letters of Ana Yusuf appear 27 times throughout the Qur'an. This repetition is not merely coincidental, but is intricately designed. The 27 diacritical dots over these letters add another layer of numerical fascination, emphasizing the Qur'an's complex numerical tapestry. These dots are more than typographical marks. They are subtle threads tying together the fabric of the Quranic message, further illustrating the meticulous care in its composition. Another remarkable pattern involves the word day, which appears exactly 365 times in the Qur'an, correlating with the number of days a solar year. This numerical alignment not only highlights the connection between divine text and the natural world, but also serves as a metaphor for the perpetual and daily relevance of God's guidance in a life. These consistent patterns across different surahs do not merely serve as intellectual puzzles, but illustrate the Qur'an's divine precision. Each number, each repetition, and each dot is a part of a larger, unified divine message, reflecting the thematic unity of the Qur'an. Through these patterns, the Qur'an affirms its role as a guide, a reminder, and a source of divine wisdom, inviting believers to reflect on the depth and precision of its message.